What's going on, everybody? It's Harlensburg33, your favorite Yinzer on YouTube. And today we're going to take a look at some vintage Topps baseball cards. We have a few cards from 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, and 86. For those of you keeping a score at home, that would make these cards a minimum of, 40 years old, give or take, 35 to 40 years old. So these cards are in pretty worn condition. You have to remember at the time, when I was collecting these and or had them given to me, I was, anywhere between 3 and 8 years old. So I was going through I'm going through these because of the COVID situation, pandemic, staying at home, finding something to do to kill my time. So I thought I'd throw these out here just as a collection in the group. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start out with 81 Topps here. And we start out with Steve Yeager. Now, for those of you not familiar with him, if you've ever seen the movie Major League, the first one, when they go to the Duke, the closer for the Yankees in the championship series, he actually plays the closer, if I'm not mistaken, the Duke. So, interesting, he was a catcher and he plays a pitcher in the movie. We'll get into who plays another person from that as we go through. But yeah, so let's go ahead and keep going. Dan Quisenberry, pretty good reliever. I believe he made more of a stint with the Yankees, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's a second-year card. Again, you can see they're pretty well beat up. Not going to, get any good grades on them or anything, but just thought we'd take a look at them. Tony Perez, decent first baseman for the Red Sox. Steve Howe, unfortunately, was in and out of baseball, if you followed baseball. Had some drug problems in the 80s with cocaine and everything, but I'll throw that in there. Strikeout leaders. Now, I've never heard of Len Barker, so by all means, feel free to educate me on that one. But I have heard of Steve Carlton, one of the better pitchers in the game, especially during this time. Again, conditions to be, remiss, so. Victory leaders, Steve Stone. I'm going to send it over to Steve Stone in the broadcast booth, who always did the ball games with Harry Carey back in the day, Cubs games, and Steve Carlton again. So 1980 was a pretty good year for Steve Carlton, obviously. And now we get into, I believe this would be 82 Topps. There's a couple here. Again, there's not going to be many for each year, but just a couple. They had the facsimile autograph on there. For the 82 series. Dodger first baseman. Rollie Fingers. Undeniably noticeable by that mustache. A popular mustache in baseball. And we got Pops, Rollie Stargell, Bucker Great, who's no longer with us. And I think this is the 82 card. Now, this is from the Kmart set that they did. It was the 20th anniversary set. And I believe it had the MVPs from the last 20 years. As you can see here, 62 to 82. I actually have this whole set, which I'll do in a video later, but I thought I'd just throw this one in there. It's funny, Kmart no longer in business. And we get the 83 Topps. We got Ron Cey, third baseman. Willie Randolph. And then here's the guy who played the first baseman in Major League for the Yankees. Again, I believe his name was Clu Haywood in the Yankees, and he's the one that Rick Vaughn strikes out in the championship game on 3 straight fastballs. He played the first baseman, so that's another little trivia for you. So it's funny, you had a catcher, and I'll show the card again. You had the catcher playing the relief pitcher, and then you had the pitcher playing the first baseman. So a little bit of movie trivia there for you if you didn't know. Again, that was in the Major League movie. Here he is again as a All-Star in the American League Brewers, which we now know them in the National League, if my camera would set up. There we go. Which we know them in the National League, as I was saying. And then this was a little subset they did for players that have been playing for a while, a Super Veteran Series. We have Don Sutton. Sorry, my camera's not focusing in. There we go. who I believe was still playing for 87. I think we saw him in the 87 series for I want to say the Braves, or maybe the Indians. Not sure. Tommy John, those of you familiar with baseball have heard the term Tommy John surgery. Well, this is the guy where it came from. He was the first one to have it done. So, interesting. This is the only 84 Topps card that I could find of Goose Gossage, Rich Gossage, former reliever. I believe he's a Hall of Famer. Not 100% sure, but noticeable with the Yankees and with the Cubs. I believe he played with the Padres too. Now we move on to 85. It's just a couple cards here. This is a rookie card of Sid Fernandez. Pretty decent pitcher in the late 80s for the Mets. We have Tony Perez again, with a record breaker, oldest player ever to hit a grand slam at that time. And then we have a young Doc Gooden, Dwight Gooden as a National League All-Stars card. Come on, camera. There we go. Sorry. And then we're going to get into the last but not least, the 86 Topps. And this is an interesting set. Not a bad set. We have a young Tony Gwynn there. We've seen him in a couple of the past episodes. Len Dykstra, I believe that's a rookie card. Gary Carter. Another Raleigh Fingers card. Again, note the mustache. Priceless. Terry Pendleton would go on and win a couple World Series with the Braves in the early 90s. Heartbreaking, to me anyway. Mike Scott, decent pitcher. Jim Rice, again, winding down. We saw him in that Kmart card. So around in 86. Mickey Tettleton. Go on, I believe, I want to say with the Mariners, but here he is with the A's. Mike Scioscia, a very good defensive catcher who would actually go on to coach the Angels. I don't think he's still coaching the Angels, but I know he coached them a few years ago for a while. He was coaching them when they were decent. Well, they're still decent, but, you know. Anyway, Bruce Bochy as a player would go on to coach the Giants, I want to say. Correct me if I'm wrong. To a couple World Series in early 2000. And Brian Downing, who, again, with him being an Angel, didn't get a whole lot of look at him, but the name I recognized, so I went ahead and threw that in there. I also found a couple other years, but didn't quite have enough to do the whole video, so I'll just throw them in here as a bonus. This is a 25 years of Topps baseball, 51 to 75. This is a reprint. It's not the actual card from 58, but I've never heard of Jackie Jensen. I don't know who that is. And then obviously Let's Play 2, Ernie Banks. Interesting card. Pete Rose. I guess I don't know what the deal was with the 4 years here, but an interesting card, I thought. And a Willie McCovey 79 highlights, 512th homer, sets a new career mark for National League lefties. And then I got a trivia question for you guys. I found this card, the father-son card. I can't tell what the year is, but it's got former Bucker Dick Schofield and then his son. I can't tell the year of this card. I tried to look, but if you look on the back here, you can see there's still what I assume is the bubblegum stain, and the copyright's right up in there. And I can't quite tell the year, so I'm going to zoom in on that. And if anybody can pick out the year on that, please let me know, because it's bugging the crap out of me, and I don't know what year this is. So anyway, so that's a look at some of the early vintage cards. Again, not in the best condition, but I thought I'd enjoy taking a trip down memory lane, taking a look at them. So again, if you know what year this card is, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll have to do some research. But yeah, so don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Harlandsburg33. Like this, give this video a like if you liked it. Maybe think about subscribing. And hopefully you guys are taking care of yourselves and each other. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.